Welcome to David Loves to Travel. Ever fancied a trip to the vibrant land of Cuba from the USA? The mere mention of Cuba conjures images of classic cars, colonial architecture, and the pulsating rhythms of salsa. A country where time seems to have stood still, Cuba offers an intriguing blend of history, culture, and natural beauty that makes it a must-visit destination for any travel enthusiast. Imagine strolling down the cobblestone streets of Old Havana, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, as the intoxicating aroma of Cuban coffee wafts through the air. Picture yourself lounging on the pristine beaches of Varadero, the turquoise waters of the Caribbean gently lapping at your feet. Consider the thrill of exploring the verdant landscapes of Vinales Valley, one of the most stunning natural environments in the Americas. But Cuba is not just about its picturesque scenery, it's also about its people. The Cubans, with their warm hospitality and zest for life, are what truly make a visit to this island nation unforgettable. Whether you're dancing the night away to the rhythm of Afro-Cuban music, engaging in a lively discussion about baseball, or simply sharing a meal with a local family, the interactions you have with the Cuban people are sure to be the highlight of your trip. Traveling to Cuba from the USA, however, requires some planning and preparation. The relationship between the two countries has been complex, to say the least, and this has resulted in a set of unique travel regulations. From understanding the legalities of traveling to Cuba as a U.S. citizen, to organizing your travel documents, to navigating the country's dual currency system, there's a lot to consider before you can embark on your Cuban adventure. Fear not though, for we're here to help. In this series, we'll guide you through the ins and outs of planning your trip to Cuba from the USA. We'll discuss everything from the essential travel documents you'll need, to health and safety considerations, to tips for dealing with the Cuban currency, and even insights into the country's technology and connectivity situation. Today we're here to walk you through everything you need to know before setting foot on this fascinating Caribbean nation from the USA. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on this journey together. Cuban adventure starts here. First up, let's talk about the legality of U.S. citizens traveling to Cuba. The relationship between Cuba and the United States has seen many ups and downs over the decades, leading to a complex set of travel regulations. But fear not, we're here to simplify things for you. The key thing to remember is that general tourism to Cuba for Americans is currently prohibited. However, don't let that deter you. There are 12 authorized categories that allow legal travel from the United States to Cuba. These categories are designed to encourage meaningful interactions between you, the traveler, and the people of Cuba, fostering a cultural exchange that benefits both sides. So, what are these categories? They cover a wide range from family visits to journalistic activity, professional research, educational activities, and religious activities, among others. This means that if you're planning to visit Cuba for a university research project, or you're a journalist reporting on the country, or you're visiting family, you're in the clear. There's also a category for support for the Cuban people. This category is a little more flexible, and many travelers fit into this one. It requires that your itinerary includes activities that support the Cuban people, and that you maintain a full-time schedule of such activities. This could mean staying in casa particulares, that's private homes that offer bed and breakfast, dining at privately owned restaurants known as paladares, and shopping at privately owned stores. Remember, the goal here is to ensure that your visit directly benefits the Cuban people as much as possible, rather than the state. It's about fostering connections and understanding, rather than just being a tourist. Now, this is just a brief overview. We recommend checking out the exact specifications of each category to see which one suits your plans best, and there you have it. Although it might seem a bit intimidating at first, with a little bit of planning and understanding, traveling to Cuba can be a fascinating and enriching experience. Check the complete list in the description. Next, it's essential to organize all your necessary documentation. Traveling to Cuba from the USA is not as simple as packing a suitcase and boarding a plane. There are specific documents that you need to have in order. Firstly, you'll need a valid passport. Make sure it's up to date and will not expire during your trip. A passport with at least 6 months of validity remaining is generally recommended. Secondly, you'll require a Cuban tourist visa, also known as a tourist card. This is a crucial document that grants you the legal right to enter and stay in Cuba for a specific period. The visa is usually valid for 30 days, but it can be extended once you are in Cuba. One important thing to note is that acquiring the Cuban tourist visa is typically a seamless process. The latter can be arranged directly through your airline, often included in your airfare. So, what about health and safety in Cuba, you might ask? It's an important question and one that deserves a thorough answer. After all, your health and safety should always be your top priority, regardless of your destination. Cuba, like any other country, has its unique health and safety requirements, especially in the context of the current global health situation. The Cuban government requires all visitors to have health insurance that covers their stay. This is a mandatory requirement, and proof of coverage may be requested upon arrival. In addition to health insurance, every visitor is also required to fill out a health declaration form. This form includes details about your recent health history and any potential exposure to contagious diseases. It's a standard procedure, designed to protect you and the local population. But what about the current pandemic situation? The Cuban government has been proactive in managing the health crisis. They have implemented stringent health and safety measures, including mandatory face masks in public places, social distancing rules, and enhanced hygiene practices. Yet it's essential to remember that the situation can change rapidly. Therefore, it's crucial to stay informed about the latest updates. We recommend regularly checking the website of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, for the most recent health advisories related to travel in Cuba. In the event of a medical emergency, Cuba has a robust healthcare system with hospitals and clinics spread across the country. However, it's important to note that medical facilities may not be as readily available in rural areas as they are in urban centers. For those with specific health conditions, it's advisable to bring enough medication for your entire stay. While pharmacies are available, they may not always carry the specific medication you need. Finally, it's worth considering expanding your travel insurance to cover COVID-19 related health incidents. This is a prudent measure to ensure that you're fully covered should you need medical attention during your trip. Remember, your health and safety are paramount. Expand your travel insurance to cover COVID-19 related health incidents and ensure to follow CDC guidelines. Stay safe, stay informed, and enjoy your trip to the fullest. Cuba has a unique double currency system, but as of January 2021, it has unified its currencies into the Cuban peso. Now, this might sound a little complicated, but don't worry, we're here to simplify it for you. When you're in Cuba, you'll be dealing solely with the Cuban peso, which is the official currency. It's important to note that US credit and debit cards generally do not work in Cuba. Yes, you heard that right. So, it's absolutely crucial to carry enough cash to cover your expenses throughout your trip. Now, where should you exchange your money? Stick to the official currency exchange counters to avoid any potential scams. Another thing to remember is that there is a conversion fee when changing US dollars into Cuban pesos. Be sure to budget an extra 10% for this conversion fee. It's a small price to pay for the incredible experiences awaiting you in Cuba. Regarding technology and connectivity, Cuba may feel like stepping back in time. The digital revolution is advancing, yet the island nation dances to its own rhythm. Wi-Fi, a service we often take for granted, isn't as widespread here. It's not uncommon to see locals and tourists alike huddled in designated Wi-Fi zones engrossed in their devices. But don't let this deter you. The Cuban government has made strides to improve connectivity. One way to stay connected is with an ITEXA internet card. ITEXA, the state-run telecom company, offers prepaid cards for internet access. These can be purchased at ITEXA kiosks in certain hotels. While it may not provide the high-speed, always-on connection we're accustomed to, it's a valuable tool in an adventurer's arsenal. Remember, the charm of travel often lies in the unexpected. Embrace the digital downtime and immerse yourself in the vibrant Cuban culture. And lastly, always keep the number of the US Embassy in Havana handy, just in case. And there you have it. By planning carefully and staying informed, your Cuban adventure should be absolutely unforgettable. We've covered the legalities, the necessary documents, health and safety precautions, dealing with Cuban currency and the state of technology and connectivity on the island. Each of these elements plays a crucial role in ensuring a smooth and enjoyable journey. Remember, preparation is key. Like any other destination, Cuba has its own unique set of challenges and charms. Embrace them and let them enrich your travel experience. And remember, wherever you decide to go, travel wisely, travel safely. Our world is a vast, beautiful place full of wonders waiting to be explored. Let's navigate it together, one adventure at a time. Before you pack your bags, make sure to hit the like button, share this video with your fellow wanderers, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Safe travels, everyone. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to David Loves to Travel for more travel guides.